This is another practice problem on operational amplifier, and in this question we have to find out what should be this output voltage. This is a 2 op amp circuit. So although it looks slightly complicated because of the presence of 2 op amps and then there are these resistances present over here, but the idea simply hinges on two fundamental concepts. The first one is that of virtual short, which means that with the presence of a negative feedback, you can always write the voltage at the plus input terminal to be the same as the voltage at the minus input terminal. This is step number one. The second step will be to remember the concept that no current can enter the input terminal of the op amp. So with these two concepts in mind, let's proceed with solving for this circuit. So if we look at this node, we know that this node will be at a voltage of 0 volts because the voltage at the other node of the input terminal of the op amp is at 0 volt. So we can write this node voltage as 0 volt. Next, we can look at the flow of current, assuming that, let's say, a current I1 flows through this 6 volt source. So if this is the current I1 that is flowing through this 3 kilo ohm resistance, now it cannot go through this path because of the infinite input resistance that is offered by this op amp. So the only possible path is through this 2 kilo ohm resistance. Now here again the current cannot turn right because the other op amp, this top op amp, is also offering infinite input resistance, or basically open circuit to the current flow. And so the only path is through this 3 kilo ohm resistance and then entering the top op amp's output terminal. So if we consider that this current is equal to I1 up until this point, and we claim that the other current is equal to I2, then basically I1 is simply equal to I2. Now what is I1? I1 is the difference between the voltage at this node minus the voltage at this node divided by 3 kilo ohms. So I1 is equal to 6 minus of 0 volt divided by 3 kilo ohms, which is equal to 2 milliampere. And what can we find out for I2? I2 is equal to 0 volt minus of V0 divided by these two resistances which are in series. So 0 minus of V0 divided by 2 kilo ohms plus 3 kilo ohms, which is equal to 5 kilo ohms. And therefore from this equality we can find out the value of V0 as negative of 10 volt. So the current that is entering the output terminal of this top op amp will be equal to 2 milliampere only.